Welcome everyone to another episode of Reality Broadcasting. We on the air? Okay, good. What's going on, guys? Here I am again. This makes the third night in a row, something like that. Second night in a row. Yeah, that's great. Can't get enough of it. We love it. We love it. So here we are again. Yeah, with a interesting broadcast. This is an interesting one because I told you guys yesterday, and I believe that was the 15th. We told you guys yesterday that we're going to do another one to talk about this tech because I'm getting a lot of feedback from that. What was I talking about? What did you, like they'll say, Rashid, what did you mean by saying that we're in a lot of trouble because of social media, the way it's expanding all around the world? So we decided to come on the air and talk about it a little bit. How about that? But I also, along with talking about this new artificial intelligence and the takeover of technology, I've been getting some feedback on Dial Nation. Yeah, Dial Nation got some shows coming up, but that's on that's on RVT, the syndication. Yeah, that's coming up soon. But just letting you know, Dial Nation is under construction, and it's going to take a bit. It's going to take a bit because a lot of things that has to get done. You know, I had to pick up a lot of things, and I'm in the middle of a movie. Y'all know about Invasion Blue Code. Invasion Blue Code. Yeah. And plus we have Linda Lace Goes to the Movies and all of these things. But all of these things have to be put in order and being done a little at a time. So you got to give me some time with that. But again, it's under construction. Dial Nation is underway. We didn't forget. We're just working on some things. All right, now let's carry on. Now, talking about social media, a lot of people are afraid. Let's cut the shit. Let's cut the shit, man. A lot of people they're afraid. They're afraid of this technology that the world is now enjoying. Because quite frankly, it's kind of creepy. It's kind of creepy. But as our conversation, right, sweetie, as our conversation go on, they'll see exactly. They'll see it's nothing to be creeped out about at all. You'll see that what we're going through with social media is quite common. It's nothing we didn't been through before. Rather it's in the United States of America or worldwide, internationally. There's nothing we didn't go through already. And the reason why I'm so laid back on this discussion is because it's a silly discussion. It's a fucking silly discussion because, the man, people got a way of taking off with shit and blast it to the moon when you really just gotta just stay on Earth. Don't go too far with the worrying. Don't go too far. We had other threats before. So we're going to talk about these other threats right away. And we're going to talk about where's the social media going? Why is it not, to be fair, in our opinion? Because everything that we talk about is going to have two things. For number one, is our opinion. It's our opinion. It's not the world's opinion. It's our opinion. And on top of the fact that it's our opinion, you're going to hear God discussions and you're going to hear me quoting from the Bible and all. Don't pay that no attention if you don't believe in God, if you're atheist or whatever. Don't pay that no attention. This is just our opinion about it. So you're going to have spirituality in this conversation. Right off the bat. So, without further ado, let's get started. What do you say? Okay, let's cut the cake. Now, what is social media? What is it? To define what it is. Well, artificial intelligence had this to say, which is weaker on Google, because we use that. Ain't no way we ain't gonna use that. So, artificial intelligence had this to say: social media refers to internet-based communication tools. That means, I'm going to stop right there. That means social media is not a thing. It's not like a station. It's not like, how can I say this? It's a huge, you could say it's a huge database. It's kind of like an algorithm. It's just, you can't place it. You can't place it as being like stationed in one place. It's just all over the place. It's not just one. So it says it refers to, not that it is. It says social media refers to internet-based communication tools. Then it gives examples like websites and apps that allow users to create and share content, build online communities, and engage with others through various forms of media, including text, photos, and videos. Right, sweetheart. So you see that, right, it's not nothing you can really grab or grasp. It's based on communication tools. It's not a tool. It's hard to explain because mankind have never dealt with anything this elaborate. This really, now, is it addictive? Yes. Yes. It's too addictive. In fact, there's a lot of strange, scary, nerve-inducing facts about it. Because if you're not careful, you will get wrapped up in the bullshit that surrounds it. It's a lot of anything that's really good is going to get a lot of rumor mill, offbeat opinions, and people that don't know nothing about it, commenting on what it is and yada yada, but they don't know nothing about it. They never been on it. They don't have it. They never had it. So they the ones that have the biggest mouth about it to spread these Jubilee rumors. And you can't believe Jubilee. You can't believe it. Because the only way you're going to learn about what social media is, you have to get it yourself and find out. And there are not too friendly people that's in charge of it. There are not too friendly people that's in charge of it, and this makes it really creepy. But before you run with that, they get nervous about that and say the conspiracy theories. Oh, they trying to brainwash everybody. They're trying to manipulate everybody. They want everybody just to focus on social media. They want everybody to just stay here and keep us here and enslave us. Well, listen to this. Y'all not paying attention to life if you're thinking that way. Now, I'm not saying that that's not true. We're not saying that that's not true. That's not what we're saying. But what we are saying is that you're not paying attention to what was here before social media. We had something else that was worse than social media. Now, I grew up with Jehovah's Witnesses. In that religion, we're dealing with God. And one of the warnings they gave us over and over again was the fact that something was the devil's eyeball. Right, sweet. And we got that. I'm talking about kids, right? Guys, we got that in our Bible. All right. Something was the devil's eyeball. Do you know what it was? I say was because it's not here anymore. There's no way. It's here. In fact, they're going to get rid of it. They're going to put sports all over. It's because the television. It's the television. Are y'all forgetting what they were saying about the television? Now, this is before social media now. Are y'all forgetting what they said about the television? Let me see if I can remember some of the things. Yeah, let's see. Can we jar some memories around here? Let me see if we can. Television is the devil's eyeball. That was what it does, right? It destroys families. Satan's main goal is to destroy families. So now you have crime shows. You have mysteries, ghetto shows, soap opera. Especially they talked about soap operas. They talked about how soap operas was the root, and it was really, really deep about soap operas. How it was the root of mankind's wickedness. People that watched it. They was brainwashed. There were stories where somebody will have a husband come home, because usually it'd be the women that watch it during the daytime when the husband worked, at least back in the 70s. Then when the husband came home, he got his ass kicked. He got his ass kicked like the wife be all. He be like, you watching them soap operas on the daytime. When I come home late from work, you chewing me out for no reason. Oh, I asked where the fuck was dinner at, and you yelling in my fucking face. But this how much they warn against soap operas. They say it's changing people. It's dangerous. It's a threat to housewives, and it should be shut off. Dana was making a campaign. General Hospital, when Luke and Laura got married. I want you, Laura. I want you, Laura. He imagining this stuff, and me and my brothers were sitting there watching, and we were laughing our ass off. But we would start laughing at it. But Luke and Laura, People Magazine, Entertainment Magazine. On the front cover TV guide, Luke and Laura. Who shot JR? Who shot JR was the biggest thing. That's teaching people to use guns. We can't have these things on American television. We gotta do something about the television. It's very, very, very a dangerous place for their kids sitting there 12 hours a day. 15 hours a day, 18 hours a day. You come home from school, put up, but my kids watch television all the time. I can't play. It goes on and on and on. The television is a problem. It is a problem. So before they set rules, we gotta watch television early in the morning. That's a cut off at midnight and show So we talking signals off until tomorrow morning to keep it monitored. Then, what makes it worse, that you couldn't escape it. You couldn't escape it. Everywhere you turn, everywhere you look, television. And it was bad for you. We gotta do something about it. It's changing society. It's ruining society. And you could get it anywhere. You could walk out the street. You could see it in the trash can. You could not escape it. The Watchtower magazine and Awake magazine. Television. And television, you can find in the garbage. You can be walking down the street and, hey, somebody thought their television set. Go home, put a wire hanger in there, get a pair of pliers to turn the knob, and you get a piece of, a cardboard from a cereal box. Yeah, or from something to stuff it in a doll. So when you turn it, it gets stiff. You put a piece of thick cardboard in it where it just stayed on the station. Because if it moved, you got a blank screen. And it was bullshit all day. Television is bad for society. They should do something about it. Yada yada. You can walk on the street, you find it, and to make it matters worse, it had a partner. The radio that played this music, that talked about sex, violence, drugs, you name it. So now you had the television and the radio that was absolutely free, available more than social media, all around the place, on the curb, everywhere. Then came, right, Then came social media. Now I ask you, what the fuck is everybody talking about? I'll give you a few minutes because this I can't figure out. Oh, artificial intelligence is gonna take over the world. They doing the same shit with television, but with social media. I swear to God, the same bullshit. Same bullshit. Now, everybody hates social media now. Now, all the anger has left television. And now it's focused on social media now. And this is going to destroy the white race. Wow. I mean, even technology trying to take out the white race. I mean, you name it. I mean, like, it's just all over the place. Like, is it that bad, guys? I mean, really. Seriously. Is it really that bad? How many people are going to destroy? How many things going to destroy? How many elements? Not people, elements. Is going to destroy social media. Are y'all serious? Y'all can't be serious. Are y'all forgetting about where we came from in society? It was the television first. And there was, what makes matters worse is cable TV. Cable television. Is cable TV. And they're saying, hey guys, we have no commercials. Look at this. We have absolutely no commercials. Commercial-free television. And not only that, you get the real movies without no editing, the whole thing. And guess what? Didn't nobody complain about that. Nobody complained about it. They complained about MTV a little bit. While black people want to. I mean, at first the Michael Jackson came and changed all that, but still, you're complaining about electronics. That's the point. Now social media is here. And guess what? We're in trouble. But let me ask you a question before we run with that. Are we in trouble because of social media? Or are we in trouble because of how people view social media? Think about it. Absolutely. How people view it. It's all how you view it. They say, I can't get away from it. Dude, you ain't beating no television, dude. I don't give a fuck what you say. I don't give a fuck you say, you don't want a cell phone all the time. Yo, dude, it was a television in its place. The whole family watching TV all the time. They eating dinner, they got to eat in front of TV set. Even the President of the United States, Jimmy Carter, was with his wife eating in front of the television. That was the first. This is Jaws 2. But you're forgetting about Jaws 1. You're forgetting about Jaws 1. You're forgetting about we had something before social media that people were complaining about. I don't like that television. On the movie The Gremlins. In the movie The Gremlins, what did he say? Television. An invention for fools. Ain't that's what the Oriental guy said who had the Gremlin, who had Gizmo? He went over there, turned off television in a movie of Gremlins and said, television. An invention for fools. So this reputation was here before. Did the human race die out because of it? So why are people so worried about this AI stuff? What the fuck are you talking about? See, you're forgetting about where we came from. We came from shit like that all the way down to rap music. When they was used to rap music, is the cause for all the shooting and all the drug stuff. You know, now social media is a problem. The AI thing is going to destroy the world. That's not, how you going to say that when they were saying the same thing about television and the radio? How does that work? You're saying it about television and the radio and cable TV. Now it's social media. And this is going to do it. So are you sure this is going to do it, guys? Are you sure this time? Because, yeah, first it was so many things. They had, what do you call it? Hoffa had to come in and stop the liquor, get the, the union thing around that time. They had the liquor problem. You had that was going to destroy people. Then you had, we had the Black Plague. We had, we just getting over COVID. We got all of these things that was threatening society. But did it ever happen? Did it ever happen? Did it ever take place? So, if we are in trouble, I'm not saying we're not. We are in trouble. But is it social media's fault? Yes or no? It's how people view it that's making it a fucking issue. I can't get away from my cell phone. I couldn't get away from Beverly Hills 90210. We couldn't get away from that. I tell you another show. Look, I'm gonna tell you. I couldn't get away. I'm gonna tell you. I couldn't get away from Saturday morning cartoons. I couldn't get away from that. I couldn't get away from a lot of TV shows that came on. I couldn't get away. And I didn't get upset. I mean, I don't know where the problem was. It just, I couldn't get away. I couldn't get away from watching, let me see, picking something right out of the air. Buck Rogers that came on. They had a TV show, Buck Rogers. I couldn't get away from that. I couldn't get away from a lot of things on television. And when HBO came out, oh my God, when HBO came out, they start playing these movies over and over and over again till my mother was saying, you know what, I'm going to get rid of that HBO because I'm wasting my money. All they do is play the same shit over and over. And I ain't nobody saying it's going to destroy society too. They couldn't get it, but why was you watching it? Why were we watching it? They play the same thing over and 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 over again. Why were we watching it? Why didn't we just walk away? Did we sit back and say, oh, I have a problem because I can't walk away from seeing a Chevy Chase and Goldie Hawn movie for the 50th time in 1 week? Something wrong with me. I mean, are y'all thinking right? Dude, there's nothing changing. There's nothing wrong with social media. Nothing. There's nothing we didn't have before viewing and saying, oh, I can't put that on my cell phone. Oh, I can't stop watching. Dude, scroll through your cell phone. Now, I'm going to give you an example of this, and I'm going to keep quiet. And I'm going to let y'all take this. On your left side is somebody sitting in a chair on a cell phone, and they're scrolling. And they've been doing that for about a whole hour. Now, on the right-hand side, is somebody with a remote, with Comcast remote control in their hand, flipping through the channel. Now, let the reel run. Let it run, and you tell me what the fuck you say. I'll be quiet. They had this big, giant, gray remote control for Comcast cable. A big gray one. And guess what? Yeah, on demand. And you sat there just flipping through. Flip it. Pushing a button. Push. How many people done it? Now, don't stop the shit. Stop the shit, man. And you sitting there looking at the TV set till somebody had to actually say sometimes, can you find a station, please? Because how many times it happened, dude? How many times? So how the fuck is cell phone is a problem? Explain it. Explain it. Explain it. You held on to that remote control so goddamn tight, man, and you fucking know it. And you sat there flipping through those stations, and you flipped them for over 2 hours, still sitting there flipping through stations. Then you say, instead of saying Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, you say, I'm gonna see what that station playing now. I'm gonna see what's on that station now. Let me go to my face. As soon as you turn it on, let me go to my stations. That could be Instagram right there. Or let me go to my other station, see what they play. That could be Twitter right there. But you're sitting there pushing a button like that. Now, because it's a cell phone, it's a problem. Nah, people, not around here. Because y'all forgetting shit. And we're here to remind you. We're here to remind you because y'all going way too far with this. The technology going to take over the world shit, dude. It's AI shit. It's artificial intelligence. Y'all going way too far. Now, there are concerning points to it. I'm not saying it's not. They are. They are. And there are concerning points which make us say, y'all in trouble. Can you understand now why you're in trouble now? Why y'all guys in trouble? You understand it now? Because y'all doing it. Y'all doing it. Y'all making it a situation. Y'all sitting there going, oh, see, you know what I think it is? I think it's guilt. I think it's guilt. We think it's guilt because you're sitting there and you ain't supposed to be sitting in front of that telephone like that, your cell phone. And you ain't supposed to be in front of that computer. So back in the day when you was in front of a TV set, you ain't supposed to be sitting in front of that TV set. You watch The Simpsons? The early season of The Simpsons? Homer Simpson, I need the television set, Marge. I need to tell a TV. I don't think they make Simpsons with him liking the television like that no more because it's all fucked up. But yeah, it's still, that was Homer's thing, the television set. In fact, when the Simpsons come on, they all run to this television set. I don't know if they still got that opening because of social media here, but it was the television set with him. That's how bad America was with the television set. It was a problem. It was the main thing. Archie Bunker, All in the Family, the television, all over. Television, but now it's a cell phone. It's a big problem now. People always looking at their cell phone. People always sitting in front of a computer. If it wasn't there, dude, it would be the television. You can't see that? I mean, what's wrong with everybody? I mean, what the fuck is wrong with... The television was first. Don't forget about the telephone. You talk about kids and a cell phone, right? That's what you're talking about? Please, sweetie, could you please get off the phone? Did you do your homework yet? Yeah, Mommy, I did mine. You're always on that phone. Get off the phone and do your homework. But now it's a problem. Do that make any sense? I don't know what's wrong with this is scary. This is scary. And I'm going to tell you, this is scary because it's like the whole world went plumb fucking stupid. I don't understand it. Dude, kids always been like that with the telephone. Only difference is they looking at shit. They always been like that. My mom had to pry me off the telephone, dude, when I was a teenager. So kids and telephone, it's the same damn thing. What the hell is wrong with y'all? I don't know what's wrong with y'all. I really don't. But needless to say, that's what we're discussing now. We're gonna get into some shit. Relax now. Because I'm not gonna go crazy on it. Y'all not driving us crazy around here. Okay? With this artificial intelligence, AI shit, and telephones, and everybody on their telephone. Dude, everybody's on a TV set. First you go in the bar. And they got the TV set on a bar. People was in a bar getting drunk. They supposed to be home with their families. The men. And they in a bar watching Starsky and Hutch. In a bar. I was with my dad sometime. And they watching Starsky and Hutch and drinking when they supposed to be home with their families in the 1970s. But now, some reason, social media is a problem in America. It's a problem all around the world. Are you sure you're looking at social media the right way or the wrong way? Or is it, now I don't want to get personal, or is it a personal vendetta? It's a personal thing with you because reading is involved, writing is involved, studying is involved. It's like I saw this movie. Remember that movie we saw? And it was like, go home or go on your computer, nerd. Revenge of the Nerds. The image of the computer. You sure it ain't that mixed with the fact that they looking at it interesting more than what you're doing? So this creating some kind of hatred for it? I think so. Yeah, we think so. Because it makes more sense. It makes more sense that way. Because if you just stick it at social media, people on it all the time. The television was there first. My dad bought a little television set and carried it around with him. They had the Sony Watchman that I brought for $100. See, y'all remember that little gray little thing? I brought that to work with me. Because when I'm at my desk at work, I wanted to have it on all the time. But if it was a cell phone, I got a problem. No, something ain't right, y'all. I'm sorry, I can't go with you on that. We can't go with you on that. That's what I'm saying. Absolutely, something ain't right. Something ain't right, y'all. Something ain't right with that. But if that's what man wants to say, then let man say it. But we don't see an issue. I think it's a hatred for it. But it's in general, it's not a problem. Didn't nobody go crazy over no damn television set. Okay? Television sets didn't break up nobody unless they had like cable TV with pornography on it and somebody of a marriage couldn't stop watching that. And that broke up. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That broke up some marriages or whatever. But in itself, I seriously doubt if it could do that. It's probably it's probably used as an excuse. But not, it can't be the real thing because we had it before. We had this situation before with everybody looking at the television. When Michael Jackson did bad, not one person ain't see that video. Not one fucking person, dude. You could go anywhere of a different race and y'all could connect with something everybody watched on television. Now that's worse than social media. So how the hell social media gonna fuck up everything? No, we're not going with that shit. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. But, people going to think things. People going to do things and say things. And there's nothing wrong with social media. There's nothing wrong with being on it as long as you want. Because before that, it was television. I saw the Lockhorns comic in the 1970s. Y'all know the Lockhorns. It's an old married couple, the Lockhorns. And she was sitting there in her rollers. This is a comic little strip in a newspaper, comic. She was sitting there in her rollers, in her bathrobe, and her slippers on. And you know what the caption read? Let me get off this telephone because that Leroy, my husband's about to come home from work. Now, you can't get no funnier than that with television and the telephone, dude. She had a television on the telephone, and she had rollers in her head, just like she woke up. She's like, oh, let me get off this phone and do it because Leroy, my husband going to come home from work. But you see the point. Now, with a comic like that, what's wrong with somebody being on social media that long? You tell me. I'll be quiet. Tell me. Why do people make an issue out of shit that's not an issue? I don't understand. For the likes of me, I'm not feeling y'all with some y'all thinking. And this is why, no offense, that we just stay by ourselves around here. We don't want to bother nobody. No offense, guys, but y'all weirdos. I mean, I know we're weirdos around here. I know we are. But you guys y'all thinking. I don't understand. we don't understand y'all thinking, man. I mean, that's what I'm saying. So y'all guys think, y'all think different. I don't know. I know we think different. I know I'm a weirdo, but you guys here, man, y'all run with herds of over shit that don't even make sense. I mean, like, social media is not a problem. Being on a phone is not a problem. Before the phone, it was the Sony Watchman. In fact, put the cell phone up against the Sony Walkman. Which one is the shit? Now, I ain't gonna even say nothing on that one, dude. I ain't gonna say shit on that one. The Sony Walkman versus a cell phone. Which one was the problem? So it gotta be some hidden hatred other than what it really is. It has to be, because it don't make sense. It just don't make sense. Now let's talk about something else about the cell phone. And it's probably gonna be in the conversations we talk about. Social media is a cell phone. Not only is it's a cell phone, but it's also Your computer. It can talk to you. It can answer your questions. So could 900 numbers. I don't believe this shit. Look at this fucking. So could 900 numbers, dude. So could 900 numbers on the telephone. But then again, let's go back to the real shit. Let's go back. But the AI girlfriend is better than the girls on the 900 numbers. Oh, it is? How so? Explain that. How so? Thanks for calling. Welcome to 900 such and such, such and such. Thanks for calling. What do you want to wear? What do you want to... Dude, that's that. What the fuck is that? I don't see nobody complaining about that. They listen to rock and roll music and kill themselves over rock and roll music. Soon as artificial intelligence do some shit, it's a threat on mankind. Dude, what the fuck are y'all talking about? I don't. Anyway, there are magnificent advantages to social media. Magnificent advantage. You can make worlds. You can live in your own world. You can adventure. You can create and venture out in your own world. You know. Now you could do that back out with television if you had a VCR and you got certain VCRs or you recorded certain things off certain stations, and when you play that VCR tape back, that's your own world right there on that VCR tape. Especially if you put it in a camcorder and use the camcorder to record things that go home and look at it on your VCR. That's your own world right there. In so many ways, there were so many ways, but because it's letters and words and reading and writing, and the remote control of Comcast had letters too. See, everything we say, we're going right back to, it's not a problem. It's just amazing. It's amazing. But you gotta write, you gotta read to put in a search box. Where is the problem at? Where's the problem at? If it's a neighborhood that don't like milk and they can't stand milk and they all crying over milk, they crying over milk, crying over milk, crying over milk, and then they march to the place with a farm where they make the milk, and the neighborhood start crying over milk, crying over milk, crying over milk, and the farmers say, I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. And guess what? The neighbors say, we don't know what the fuck you talking about. So then the neighborhood say, you know what? We're taking this to City Hall. So all the neighborhood walk up to City Hall and start crying over milk, crying over milk. And the mayor of the city say, I'm sick and tired of them crying over the milk. And the neighbors say, I'm sick and tired of that neighborhood crying over the milk. How much you want to bet they start seeing a problem with milk when it's not a problem? How much you want to bet? Dude, come off that shit, man. Come off the shit. Y'all don't like social media because you're jealous. Come off the shit. Come off the shit. There's nothing wrong with artificial intelligence. There's nothing wrong with social media, watching YouTube all day. There's nothing wrong with none of that shit. It's been on Twitter all day. Y'all just jealous because nobody's watching y'all ass the way they used to watch y'all fucking shit. And y'all know it. So cut the shit. So when you come to me and you say, Rashid, talk about social media, how we in trouble, because that's why. Y'all not going with the times. Now we're turning the page to something different. Not only y'all jealous, and that's why y'all in trouble, but y'all not going with the times because of it. And that's making it trouble. You never go against current. You never, ever go against current. Because when you go against current, you're setting yourself up for big disaster. And that means, like a saying, you're swimming upstream. You don't like social media because of what it is. People talking to each other, people hanging out. Everybody's a celebrity. Anybody could be Merv Griffin. Anybody could be Oprah Winfrey. Anybody could be Tyler Perry. Anybody could be anybody. And it's jealousy. It's a problem with that. But let me tell you something. The people that's on it, right, sweetie? That's where we're going at. The people that's on it are going somewhere. They're going somewhere remarkable. Into a whole dystopia world of, I think it's dystopia. How do you say the word dystopia? We're going to cyberpunk. We're going right in that world. And why you're in trouble? Because y'all not going with it. Y'all forgetting that it's nothing that the world didn't have already. It's just different now. It's digital now. But it's nothing we never went through with the Sony Walkman, with rap music, that boom box, which I had one, disco. In fact, they burned disco. Disco sucks in a baseball field. Y'all know that shit. So it was always something here, dude. But this something right here, because of the magnitude of it, it's a problem. The social media is not a problem. How can it be when we've been through shit already? But it's the way people viewing it that's a problem. It's the magnitude that's making people view it a certain way that's making it a problem, which means you guys are in big trouble if you don't go with this, because you're going against what's normal. If you can't make Mother Earth say, no, Mother Earth, we want you to go this way, because you can't bring back the past. You can't. The past is gone. If everything is digital now, right, sweetie, everything is digital now. There's nothing you can change about that. If it's digital, it's digital. If you don't go with that, you're fucked. Because now you're going against what's normal. Now, if somebody went against the arcade era with Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, and say, I don't want to go with that. I'm not going with that shit. That's for kids, whatever. They can escape it and they keep moving on. You see, they keep moving on. But then when that was over and we went into cable television now, MTV and all of that was coming out. If you ain't experienced with video games, or at least Pong, you struggle a little bit. It was kind of hard because you're not familiar with electronics back in them days. It wasn't tech, it was electronics. There's a difference between tech and electronics. Tech is like dealing with mobile. That means you don't need a really electricity for it to work. It's mobile. You could take it everywhere. Electronics, electric, you got to plug it up. So the two are different. So when you didn't get with Pong and all the other shit, there was electronics, electricity. And then you moved over to like the VCR and stuff like that. They blossomed in the 80s. It blossomed in the 80s. It was around the 70s, but it really blossomed in the 80s, meaning you could really find a household that didn't have 12 o'clock blinking on their goddamn VCR. Every household had a VCR. So in the 80s, that really blossomed. You went on VCR. So that's why it blinked. That's why 12 o'clock blinked. Because nobody wasn't really fluent in how to set the VCR. That's why it blinked like that. But if you was into maybe Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, or maybe even a Stetsasonic sound in the 70s, maybe you could have fixed that blink. You see the point? So bringing this up to 2025, if you're not going with this now, are you not fucked later on in the future? Yes or no? Because you got to go with this, man. You can't go against it. I know you hate it. And we've been through this before. But if that's what Mother Earth is saying to the humankind, we're going on technology this way. If you go the other way, you're fucking yourself. Because this ain't going nowhere. It's growing. It's running businesses. It's running factories. It's growing. And you're going to have to say, I have to learn this if I want to survive. If I'm a man and I want my family to survive, I have to get into this technology. That's just the way it is. I can't be sitting back on my ass saying, oh, one day it's going to disappear, and because this go disappear, and this. No, this is different here. This is much different than just a fan like that. It's much different. You can't think like that now. Anytime technology is automatically doing daylight saving time, you need to take it serious. You need to take it serious. Because it's telling us that times is different when daylight savings. We ain't got to do anything. Anything. It's doing it itself. The machine is doing it itself, man. That's serious. You need to take that right there serious. You need to get yourself together, get your ass together, and get yourself a cell phone and get yourself social media so you can be caught up with the times. It's that simple. I know you don't like it. A lot of people don't like brushing their teeth. A lot of people don't like going to the doctors. A lot of dudes put this on the list. If you do not get social media, you fucked. No matter how much you hate it, you fucked. It's not going to go nowhere. It's not going to disappear. This is something you have to take serious. You have to. You don't want to go against what's normal in society. If society is flowing this way, you don't sit in that current. Sorry. You don't sit in that current that turn around the opposite way and say, I'm not going to go with it. It's not like, here's the thing. It's not like you listening to rap music or you're listening to classical music and you say, I know I'm not going to that. But that's the attitude y'all having. See, rap music wasn't controlling life. Classical music wasn't controlling life. You understand? It wasn't. This is something you have to take serious. Very, very serious. If you do not get on board, you're going to get upset later on. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it because this is the direction the world is going in. You need social media to get rid of social media. So how can you get rid of social media? Think about it. If they just said we're going to get rid of social media, you need social media to do it. So how you going to do it? When you think you got rid of it, well, how did you do it? With this right here, you're going to point right to social media. See? It's one big circle, dude. You can't get out of it. Get with the shit. Stop making excuses because I hate to see you left out of the future. This is the future of mankind. And I know it sucks. I know it hurts. I know it's like, man, fuck that. I know that. But if that's the way things going, don't go against currency because you're setting yourself up for disaster. When did this become a world where you could do what the fuck you want to do? When did this become a world where you could think the fuck what you want to think? This is not the time to do that. There's so many things going on right now in the real world that some of y'all don't know nothing about. And that's not right. True, it may know who you are. It may know who you are, and that's frightening to you. It's scary to you. But there's nothing that we didn't have as you walking in a house and having your answer machine know who you are also. Why, that wasn't frightening. And you can't beat that. You put your voice on the answer machine. You call people up on the answer machine and you hear their voice, sorry, I can't come to the phone right now. That was really fake. And that wasn't them. It was a record. It's the same thing, but in a different way. Technology is the same thing, but it's just in a different way. And the reason why you don't like it, because you got to do all this studying and all this bullshit. Well, you got to suck it up and go with it. You don't want to go against it. You never want to go against what's normal in life and what's right, sweetie, what's mandatory. That's the word, sweetie. That's the word. You don't want to go against what's mandatory for survival. You don't want, no matter how much you don't like it, because you're setting yourself up for disaster. That's why y'all fucked if you don't get social media. You are on a wrong road, my friend. Thinking that one day it's going to go away, you're going to stick it out, you're on the wrong track. Before social media was making kids kill themselves, it was rock and roll music, man. Don't use that for an excuse, saying social media is bad and all of this shit, dude. People on it 12 hours. I said, dude, before that, it was a TV set. They had these earplugs. God, let me get some water. My cousin had a transistor radio. And they used to have, now I'm going to tell y'all something who was around back in the 70s. They used to have this white earplug that was a pain in the ass, man. Every time you turn around, somebody had a white earplug in the ear. And they be at work. They be at school. They be at the most prominent places where you have to pay attention, and they have a white earplug in the ear. And that white earplug used to be all over the place, though. All over the place. But yet you're going to sit back and say, somebody's on the cell phone all the time. Somebody's on the computer. Dude, it's the same goddamn thing. There's other things that were here. You had a white earplug in your ear. You had Sony Walkmans on your head. All the time. Even in school. All the time. But since somebody looking at a screen, a cell phone all the time, it's all of this doomsday shit. You always talk about doomsday cult, right? Why you not calling people like that doomsday shit? Why you doing that? Well, in a way they are. Yeah, in a way they are. They call it doomsday scrolling. So, well, not like that. Yeah, not like that. I could have, y'all should be fair. I think I got that right. I probably twisted up a little bit, but y'all know what I'm trying. Yeah, they know what. Y'all not stupid. Y'all know what the fuck I'm trying to say. There's nothing wrong with social media. Nothing wrong with your kids. The kids that either was on the telephone or watching television. Both together, it's nothing but social media. And how long were you on the telephone in front of the television set? How long? When American Musical Awards came on, you weren't talking to your best friend. We was. I was on the phone. I was the only one in my family that was on the telephone watching American Music Awards. Hall & Oates, Tina Turner, all of them in the 80s on a cell phone. On the telephone, watching the TV at the same time. Dude, that could have been a cell phone. Same thing. Always on. As soon as it went off, I took the phone and the next woman continued talking. It ain't like I hung up the phone and said, okay, the American Music Awards is over. Time to go. I carried it right and it's on cord stretch, right? Rashid, you got to get off the telephone. We got school tomorrow. Same, dude. What? So what is the fear? What do you do? Now, when you get to the content, it is kind of dangerous because the stuff on here. You got predators on here and all of that shit. So I'm not saying it's not dangerous. I'm not saying you have to, but they had X-rated shit on television also. They did. It's just you have to tighten up on your being cautious more on the cell phone. But as far as it being a problem of destroying society and people, what are you talking about? I mean, like, really? Really? We have yet heard somebody say something nice about the AI thing. since we are looking at social media. Everybody's saying something negative about it, and yet it's the most helpful. In fact, what I just wrote, what I just read to y'all about what social media was when this first started came from there. See how helpful that was. Now, you're not gonna find nobody saying anything positive about it. You know what we think around here? We think y'all just jealous. Y'all, no. Let me tell you why. Because you know it's helpful. Y'all acting like it's a red room of snuff films. That's all social media is. The way y'all talking about it is like it specializes on snuff films and the most degrading shit. And man, dude, look what I just read to you guys. It helps. You ask a question, you get an immediate answer. There's no reason to feel that way about social media. No reason. And you know that. I think you just don't like it because you're offended. Because we saw one movie. Where the guy was like, it was one of them old movies, 1970s. Yeah, and the guy was like, I feel it was one of, not Doctor Who. It wasn't like that, but it was one of those low graded science fiction movies, you know, that fucking. You know. So he was like, he asked the computer something and it answered him or something like that. He said, "Let me go ahead and go now." And the guy said, "Why?" And he said, "Because I feel uncomfortable being in a room where technology is smarter than me." And this was said in 1970. Right. But the question is, would somebody say that today with this AI shit, with this artificial shit? You hear somebody say that? Why not? Why not? Think about it. Why not? I think it's personal. We think it's personal. There's nothing wrong with the cell phone. It's just you have to look at it a certain way to understand it. Just like you can't look at everything. You couldn't look at everything on television. And you couldn't look at everything on cable TV. And when you go to video store, you can't look at everything in a video store. It'll drive you crazy. You know, the shit is out there. It's crazy ass world. So it's just, you got to look at social media in a more protective way, in a more like, okay, I got to be more, cautious way than before. And it can be done. But far as a person being on here all the time, and that's all they do, dude, we had the television. Television beat the fuck out of this. You carry the television around in your pocket, dude. And as soon as you got to work, you plugged up your television set. As soon as you got home, you turned on your television set. And if Everybody Loves Raymond and the King and Queens wasn't on your TV set, then you weren't watching TV set. Because everybody was watching that shit every day. And nobody never come up to you and say, you watch Everybody Loves Raymond all the time. And the King of Queens all the time. Or the Parkers all the time. Or that 70s show all the time. Something wrong with you. No, I think something wrong with you. I think something wrong. Because you watch everybody. You got to watch Everybody Love Raymond like that. Like every day like these. Just constantly watching that Everybody Loves Raymond shit. And right after that, King of Queens. And then later on that day, they do the same fucking shit. Everybody Loves Raymond and King of Queens. Then late at night, tell the truth. Come 11 o'clock, Everybody Loves Raymond and King of Queens. Now, in the afternoon, first it was the Jerry Springer show. Then it was the Maury show. You're not the father. Then it was the Jerry Springer show in the late afternoon. And right after Jerry Springer show, you're not the father. Here's the Maury show. Now here comes the People Court. Nobody's saying Rain Man when Dustin Hoffman was saying the People's Court. Ain't nobody saying the movie theaters watching. He needs to get some help. I mean, they know he's an autistic child. Dustin Hoffman and Rain Man was autistic. But he was saying, nobody's saying in the audience, he likes the People's Court. That's a problem. I don't see nothing funny about this. No, see, Tom Cruise needs to take his ass and get locked up somewhere. But he forgetting he got him out someplace. Yeah, he got him out someplace that's locked up. And he was like that, the people's court. But nobody said it was a problem. No, it's something else. It ain't got nothing to do with no social media, because we've been through all of this bullshit. That's just our opinion about it. We ain't gonna take up too much of your time. It's just our opinion about it. We just want to come on the air and just state those facts. Now, when this turned off, everybody say, Rashid, fuck you. Get rid of social media because we don't like it. But don't say something wrong with social media. That's bullshit. Because we've been through this shit before with a lot of other shit. And Judge Mathis. Judge Mathis was the shit, though. Judge Mathis was the shit. Yeah, Judge Mathis. He had all these court motherfucking TV shows that came on in the afternoon. Nobody never come to you and the King of Queens and say, why you watch the King of Queens so much? Now, I don't like that. Something ain't right. Nobody never say that to you. Why'd you flip it through the channels on cable TV, Comcast, with that big ass gray remote control in your hand? Like you just flipping through, watching the screen like that. Now, something ain't right with that. Nobody, but when it comes to social media, it's a problem. Don't flip it through the. Oh, God. Well. Good luck with, that kind of thinking something wrong with social media. The only thing wrong with it is the content. It could be a little rough. But far as a person being on it, there's nothing mankind have not been through. And before, on instead of the gray, big ass remote control from Comcast or Greater Media, whatever, you have a cell phone. And all you're going to do is sit there the same way you flip through the television stations or cable stations, you're going to flip through the cell phone for hours and hours and hours. Same goddamn thing. Come off that shit. So I just wanted to come on the air and give our pet peeve about shit. Hope this did some justice because y'all was asking me what did I mean by saying y'all fuck, because y'all not going with it. Now later on, not now, not in this discussion anyway. Not in this discussion, but later on, we're going to talk about the rich benefits of social media. But not right here, not in this discussion. Probably the next time I upload. Maybe. We'll see. But I tell you what, though, thank you so much for your attention. We really, really appreciate that. Thank you for your attention. And anything else we leaving out before we get out of here? Because they're going to just say, fuck us. We go. Because it's something else. It's jealousy. It's, you want to be Tweety. You want to be Tweety. Fuck Buck Rogers. Fuck Star Wars. You want to be C-3PO. You know. The machine don't know. You know. Fuck that machine. Fuck this machine. You know the answers. How about that? That's why. Anyway, y'all, take care. I hope this did some justice. Stay close by because we'll be uploading again soon. All right? But I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.